and push, 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 push. Hey! Oh my God. Hey, it's Tetris with Billboard News, hanging out with choreographer extraordinaire Richy Jackson. What's up, my man?
How's it going?
It is going well. I'm so happy to get into this dance conversation with you and maybe dance a little bit as well.
Yes, we got to do that, Tetris.
Let's talk about Fortnite, Lady Gaga, this whole experience. Talk to me as if I'm an idiot. What is Fortnite and how do we incorporate Lady Gaga into this game?
Okay, so truth be told, this is my first time ever experiencing Fortnite. Obviously, I've heard about Fortnite.
It's such a thing.
Yeah, it's been a thing. I just never played it. My assistant Ian was literally laughing when this whole experience happened because he said, "You don't know what you've done. Like you don't even know what you've done right now." And I was like, "I don't." So I was like, "I have to at least play the game." So I played the game, and it was interesting just to see the skins of Lady Gaga, to understand the raps, which are the weapons, and then I was like, "Okay, now when's the dance happen?" So I'm watching the dance happen, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, this is it." But Ian tells me, well, just let you know that when you dance, you have to dance safely because you can still get shot in the game.
Goodness.
And I was like, oh my God.
What?
Yeah, so I was like, whenever I saw them dancing on the video clips, I'm like, oh, they're probably just celebrating and it's all good. No, it's a celebrate with making sure won't get shot. So it was crazy.
Wow, well, we all need an Ian in our lives to explain these things to us. So tell me about now taking this choreography, Stupid Love, Rain on Me, and incorporating it into Fortnite.
So I got the phone call saying that, they want to use Rain on Me and Stupid Love's choreography from the video. Rain on me, rain on me. When I was choreographing those videos for Gaga, in the back of my mind I said we're gonna have to have our difficult dance pop parts, but then we're gonna have to have our simple anyone can learn it parts. And so it's interesting to see that it came around unexpectedly to basically do something that's never been done before, which is using the exact choreography from a video in a game like Fortnite. So,
and did you face any challenges doing that and transitioning?
It's interesting because AI and where we're at in technology has progressed so much. Back in the day, they would have probably brought me in, put me in a black outfit, put on these sensory balls, the dots, and then I would have had to physically dance it. But they were literally able to take it from the video and shift it into Fortnite. And when it got to me, they basically showed me her skins and how she was moving, and did I the segments and the sequence of what they took from the choreography from the video.
Working with Lady Gaga and then also working with Fortnite, you get to see fans get excited about this choreography, this music video. So what has the fan interaction been with Fortnite in this?
From what I've gathered, what's interesting is Lady Gaga and Fortnite doing this collaboration, I'm sure brought a ton of her fan base into a world such as that I had never played, always heard about but never played. So what was funny about, at least for me, and seeing some of the interaction is at least one connecting thing that they had was the choreography. The music, obviously, but then when there's that celebratory moment, when they can celebrate with the game, I thought was cool was they're new to this Fortnite world, but they're familiar with the choreography. So, I don't know, I feel like it did something. It was some sort of connection through the movement and through the music, but the game itself is a whole new experience for anybody that plays it.
So crazy to think about, and how did they work with AI? So did they put all your choreography basically through an AI to create it?
Yeah, so they put it through their system, whatever Epic Games has, I don't know. But they put it through their system, and like I said, what's interesting is they literally took it from the music video. So to see the clips, I saw something on Vivo where there was a whole music video from top to bottom of Rain on Me, but literally they took the same 4 moves and used it throughout the entire 3-minute song.
Wow.
Same moves, but they just had different versions or different locations or different interactions between Gaga and Ariana's emotes. So it's really cool what they did.
How do you feel you personally would incorporate AI into your work?
It would be about what artists I'm working with mostly, and do they want to go in this AI space, and if so, then how do we make those moments make sense with the video? I mean, that's where my mind goes initially. I think that for live television shows, I think it's a little different. AI would have to be on a screen. And there's obviously a way to use AI in that way, with the actual live human being as an artist. But I would think that most music videos would be the first way to make it work in a great way right now.
And then, of course, working with Lady Gaga, not just on Fortnite, but through so much of her career, that's one of the, if not the biggest pop stars in the world.
Yes.
So how is it to see your work on such a large scale?
She's just such an incredible artist. I just love working with her. You know, she pushes the boundaries of creativity, even for me, through her music and through her eye of what she sees. You know, to see it come back around in this way, it's interesting because even in that moment, working with Gaga on Stupid Love, where we had 47 dancers and we shot in a desert. I want your stupid love. You know, you don't really know how many people it's gonna touch and what it's gonna do. So to see it now come back around and be in this Fortnite space has been incredible, but I've just done such great work with her. I mean, Bad Romance, I think is one of my favorite music videos. Telephone with, you know, Gaga and Beyonce is another favorite of mine. The Super Bowl.
I mean, that's what
Super
I
Bowl.
wanted to talk about. I mean, you're just listing like iconic pop culture moments, which is wild to me as a fan of pop culture, hearing you be like, you know, Bad Romance, Telephone, and how we all know those dance moves. But specifically the Super Bowl is actually having a bit of a resurgence right now. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, it's going viral again.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, someone has a different angle of Gaga being lifted into the air, and like people are like, wait, she didn't jump off the top of the arena? So like, it's seeing that, like, people conversate about like work you've done. Tell me about creating the Super Bowl halftime show and how much work went into that.
I mean, you get that phone call that says, you know, the artist you're going to be with is going to be doing Super Bowl. First of all, it's a rush of energy because you never know if that's ever going to come in your career. There's like a 2-month experience of just creative talks and how to and what to do, and there's a straight month of just rehearsing, going over the steps, you know, where we are on stage, where do we start, how do we end, and at the end of the day, I just remember saying, like, this is one of the biggest shows, you know, I would ever be a part of, and I'm so excited that we're doing it, like that I'm doing it like with her and with those group of dancers and directors and musical directors. It was just such a credible experience.
Talk to me a little bit about creating that intro. Like, what was the idea behind it and the creative, and like, okay, we're gonna film her on this roof and like have her jump into the Super Bowl?
She really wanted to go above and beyond. It was more about how do we use, you know, the drones that went up and showed the flag. Like I said, you play the Super Bowl like no other venue, and her ideas behind that were executed. We played it like the Super Bowl is supposed to be done, just like above and beyond, risky, so much risk. And at the end of the day, this still art, still dance, fashion, music. And when she jumped out of the screen at the end and caught that football.
Oh, by the way, perfect timing. I mean, amazing. I would be so nervous.
You were nervous, I was nervous.
And then to go through big moments like that with her, these iconic moments to her career, you've had to build a personal relationship with her as well. Mm-hmm. So tell me the relationship you have with Lady Gaga.
There's the whole team. There's Gaga and the House of Gaga, and we truly work with her in a way where we're all artists and we create together. And you know, we hear her vision, we listen to the music, and we go. And I go, and with her, I'm like, when I'm in the studio with her, I'm so excited to like work with her and teach her the choreography and to execute her vision of how she sees, whether it's the tour or the video or just the live show. So she's an artist, I'm an artist, but I just love, like I said, we push each other's boundaries, and it is, at least for me, one of the most incredible experiences. Like I literally have the best time just creating with her.
Have you ever called her Stephanie? I'm just wondering.
Rarely.
I just want to be like, are you like, hey, Stephanie girl, what's going on?
It is. I can't remember the last time I even said Stephanie. It's like Gogs.
Oh, Gogs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're killing me. And let's talk about just choreography in general. Mm-hmm. So how is it to work with an artist like and incorporate their artistic vision into your work?
What I love about thinking about who my artist is and what they want, it helps me define their brand versus someone else's. I'm someone that's a selfless choreographer, meaning like it's not about me, it's about saying what does the brand want, what does the artist want, how do I choreograph in that space? But then if I go to this artist, same difference. How do I choreograph in that space? Where if you find out it's me, it's great, but if you didn't know it's me, even better.
Oh,
because now it's about the brands and not about me.
And you're working with some new artists as well, that you got some stuff coming out. JoJo Siwa.
Yes.
She is doing a whole rebrand.
Yes, she is.
A whole snapback.
Yes.
So tell me about working with JoJo and how it has been to build choreography for this new era.
I met JoJo on a show that I was judging on called Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. I think then she was 9 years old. Later on in her career, you know, she was with Nickelodeon. She began doing like Dance Moms with Abby Lee, but she started doing music on YouTube. And I hadn't seen her since that competition show. And so I happened to run into her were, out, her and her mom in Studio City, and her mom was like, would you ever want to like choreograph for JoJo? And I'm like,
sure.
Yes.
But she's such a good dancer.
Yeah, she's amazing, and she was 13 then, and so choreographing for her then, she was 13. The songs were very young, very for kids. It was with Nickelodeon. There were certain dance moves I could do and not do. Certain hip moves couldn't make it into the choreography because it was for kids. But now that she's in her, adult pop star era that we're about to get into, now it's like the game is open. Now we've been laughing because I'm like, now we can do this move and do that move, and it's a little more risque. So I'm excited. I'm really excited because she's just one of those artists that I feel like is the next generation's big pop star, and she just goes for it. And I love that about her.
And I mean, she started to tease the song Karma. What was your reaction the first time you heard it?
Okay, I was like, okay, the last song that JoJo played for me was like her song called D-R-E-A-M. It was very young, very kiddie. So I was like, okay, Rich, here we go. Boop, and once I heard it, I was like, yes. I mean, it was unexpected. I didn't think that this would be the song that came from her because it was a first from hearing so many kid songs for so many years that to hear this vibe on her, I loved it.
Karma's a bitch. I should've known better. If I had a wish, I would've never left around.
And I do want to talk to you because, JoJo's big on TikTok.
Yeah.
And dance, choreography in general is huge on TikTok. So
Yes.
let's talk a little bit about that process and how you felt seeing how TikTok has affected the music and choreography game.
I think it's really interesting. I think that TikTok champions the dancer we didn't know was out there. I feel like I've seen parents dance and young kids dance, and people who I would never expect to dance are dancing now because of TikTok. I think it's sort of brought this whole new world to the idea of dance because now it's like truly anybody can do it. And my point in saying is that when I grew up as a choreographer coming into this game, I just only imagined professional dancers dancing. And so I think that TikTok has now expanded even my mind to see that, everyone still dances. Everyone loves to dance, no matter shape, size, race, background. Dance is infectious and is everywhere. So TikTok to me has just opened up my mind to anybody can do it. And everyone's doing it, obviously.
And do you feel like it's fair to have choreography from a user blow up on TikTok and not be compensated? Because that's another big argument that happens.
I'm on the fence about it, truthfully. It's almost like how do you regulate what someone is inspired by, right? I mean, when I was a kid, I was watching Michael Jackson, I was watching MC Hammer. There wasn't TikTok, but I was still at home doing it. I still loved it. I think that the bigger, at least for me, issue would be what happens when someone else takes your work that's like a TV show? Or what happens, and this is something that we're trying to figure out now, even as choreographers. How can we now, even when it comes to SAG, we're trying to have our own choreographers guild, and we're trying to get compensated for residual checks these days. I mean, that's a thing that we are as choreographers are experiencing because writers and directors. I'm just going to use Step Up. Step Up is dance.
Yeah, it's all dance.
It's all dance. So it's just a space where we now, as choreographers who are separate entities from dancers, are trying to understand how we can now be in a position to get residuals because it is in sequence. It's like a lyrics of a song are in sequence. People are hearing that song in that sequence, and the writers and singers get compensated even in the SAG world. So for choreographers, we are now as ourselves trying to say, hey, there's a there because our movement is in sequence and people are watching it in sequence, and it is our work, and can we be compensated in that way?
Wow, I mean, I think it is important that you guys do that, but what you actually made me think about just now, I want to ask you really quick, is flipping that around, right? You're from the professional side, being a professional choreographer. From a user side, I've seen several times where these TikTok dances have been used on tours with major artists, right? So I saw it with Taylor Swift and Bejeweled, and she invited the guy out to the show. But then recently, this guy and Nicki Minaj, it happened. He did the tiptoe thing.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, is she paying him? Da 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 da.
Right.
So how do you feel about that? If an artist is paying homage to a TikTok user's dance, do you feel like that's a fair compensation?
I think in this day and age where people's work is their work, I feel like if it was me, I would reach out to that choreographer and pay them for whatever amount of choreography I would use. I just think it's the right thing to do.
I really appreciate your insight, Richie, on all things choreography, but now what I have to do is dance with you. Can you teach me some Rain on Me, maybe?
Of course.
I'm no Gaga, but I'm gonna try.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. All right, so Richie, you got me over here ready to dance. What are we learning today?
Okay, so we are gonna learn Rain on Me. We're gonna learn what is in the Fortnite game itself. Yeah, this moment was created, you know, for Gaga, for Ariana, and it was all about how do I like mix the two worlds, like pop and like pop R&B vibe was what I was going.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what I instantly think of is the jump, right? Is
yes, the jump, like free me in the rain.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the moment. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, first you're gonna bring your hand to your knees like you're pulling down the rain.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna bring it,
We got 4 of those?
You got 4 of those. So
Okay.
think about pulling it like, pull it, give me a little wiggle in the fingers. Yeah,
spirit fingers?
yes, bringing the rain, troops. Okay, now, let me just see that. 5, 6, 7, 8, you go. Pull, 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 pull. Okay.
Okay, listen, I'm trying.
Now, after you pull in the rain, you're gonna just jump in the rain. You're gonna jump in the freedom.
Oh, this is the jump.
So
I'm
this
so
is the
excited
jump.
about the
Now,
jump.
when you do the jump, you gotta look up. I think if you look out, it's a little weird. You gotta look up in the rain. So we're gonna give you the 4 jumps. You're gonna just jump with your hands out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me jump, 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 jump. Perfect.
Yay!
Now, when you land, you'll come in here and give me.
Oh.
Think a little hop and a skip.
Okay.
Yep. You just going 2.
Oh, this hand stays up
3,
the whole time.
4. Yeah. This is yeah. So you
So,
land. You gonna give me the jump.
6,
3, 4. Then you gonna turn. Hoo, ha, hoo, ha. All I need is 4 hot ones.
This is 4.
Just
4
4
hot ones.
ones. You gonna hop.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I was like, I'm gonna do what? Okay.
So you gonna say, hoo, ha, hoo, ha. This is jump, 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 jump. Yes.
Yay. Okay.
And then we out.
And then we out.
So we're gonna do the whole thing in that sequence from the top.
Okay.
You ready? Hey, go. Pull, 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 jump. And hit. And push, 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 push.
Hey! Oh my God. Thank you so much. I've never felt like a pop star more than I feel right now. Thank you so much, Richie, for coming and hanging out with Billboard News. That was amazing.
Yes.